Hi, I'm David. Welcome to another episode of Changing Time. Our guest is Sofia Spencer. She's the casting agency and an anti-bully campaigner of BeeU. Please enjoy and stay safe. Hi, Sophia. How's everything?
Hi David, I'm really good, thank you. How are you?
Very well. We're doing okay, and the sun's out, so that's the better we can go out and sunbathe.
Absolutely, yes, definitely.
So, for everyone that's watching, tell everyone what is your business, what's your profession, what do you do?
So I run Sofia Management, which is the casting agency for television, radio, film, stage, things like that, models. But as a sideline, as with the company, we run BeeU, which is BeeU anti-bullying and mental health campaign. So that's kind of linked to the business, but it's two separate things at the same time.
Okay, so obviously with the pandemic, what we'll do, we'll talk about the casting agency and stuff, and then we'll go on to the charity. So
Okay.
with the pandemic and everything, how has that affected all that? Because all production on TV and stuff has stopped and stuff. So how has that affected everything?
Uh, so from about February time, we signed some new contracts with some quite big TV companies. Some of my clients had roles in TV shows. We had some of our younger singers headlining like big street parties, and I'm talking in the city of Manchester, not just
Yeah,
anywhere. And these were really exciting moments. Obviously, it's been building over the last 5 years,
yeah,
and all of a sudden, that's just taken away. It became one bit at a time, coming in and saying, I'm really sorry about this, but we're going to have to remove such and such a person's contract." And it was like, oh, and then it was again, and then it was again, and then you're left with absolutely nothing. Now, we are an agency that's on Spotlight, which is a big casting directory for actors and singers all over the UK.
yeah.
And we were getting something like between 200 and 400 castings per day
Wow.
to, to, to about two. And it's a little bit like it's gutting, not just for an agency, but for your clients.
Yeah.
More so having work removed than even having the auditions. And yeah, unfortunately, everything's gone very like. But we are still getting a lot of things come through now due to this. Completely different,
That's good.
but TV companies are now wanting you to film from home. So more TV adverts rather than films. Obviously,
Yeah.
like Emmerdale, Coronation Street, all that's all stopped. But like bank adverts, crisp adverts, they're doing things from home, doing things in a completely new way, which is quite exciting.
Yeah.
And obviously, auditions are coming in now for later on in the year, which hopefully things will be back to a bit more of a normality. And we do things like this. So your audition would be via video. No
Yeah.
meeting people, but there's still things coming in and there's still hope, which is what I think people need, a little bit of hope and some normality to come through.
Well, that's it, isn't it? And especially with the industry that you're in, it does depend on work in progress and with everything stopping. But like you said, now that the work that you never thought would come through because of the use of Zoom
Yeah,
and so the directors can direct over Zoom with
yeah,
the acting
absolutely.
stuff. So with the BU and stuff, I suppose that come hand in hand with when all the work started dripping away and you're having to talk to your client to say, "Fortunately, that's not happening now." So because you've got that other side with BU, that's come
Mm.
into effect because that has helped them with the mental health and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, BU originally was for anti-bullying week. That's all it was. It was just me. I've researched into a lot of role play games, things for the mind. I worked with like specialist people. It wasn't just something that I had created. I worked for about a year without people knowing, and we toured all around the UK doing workshops.
Yeah.
And I realised then there was more to the bullying. It was very much on the mental health, and obviously mental health is a huge thing right now. And these workshops then became, well, do you just have to have it in anti-bullying and mental health week? Could we have it here and here?
Yeah.
To the point where I'm doing workshops all year round, which is absolutely brilliant. But since then, I do meet people one-to-one in public places. A lot of younger people, so parents sit to one side, they open up and tell me what's going on. I send people to counselling if it's something that maybe I can't help with at all. Sometimes it's not about counselling and the professional side. Sometimes it's about feeling that they can talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing. And BeeU's been really busy this past 18 months, huge. So we've had a load of support, people getting on board. And then we decided to plan a black tie event, which was going to be the start of something big, which was due on the 27th of March of 2020, which unfortunately 3 days before got cancelled. A lot of time and money's gone into it. However, we have moved it to November. But since the pandemic, I have never, ever been so busy with people emailing me, online, like me and you chatting now. 15 to 20 people per day getting in touch. Doing a lot with regular people who need that everyday support. We've got meetings with people once a week who think that they can now progress to just having a once a week meeting. We've also then started to raise money so that we can pay for the counselling because it's really expensive. Yeah. We pay for gifts of thought. So sometimes we might just go, if we know someone's struggling, we might just go around with a hamper. That can actually make such a difference to somebody. We've also got these new books that we've just posted. They've all gone. It was there are anxiety books, activity books based on anxiety, bullying, stress, anger, happiness, and they're for children. They're absolutely incredible. They're quite a thick book, and it's all different activities on how to help them express how they're feeling.
Yeah. No, I think what the work that you're doing is incredible. And have you found, obviously now with the casting agency and stuff having to be a bit like on a standby now, with the BeeU, that's coming to more effect now, and with obviously with the use of Zoom and stuff, have you been able to adapt easily to Zoom? Because I would imagine people want that face-to-face interaction because it's that personal touch that they want and stuff. Or have you found doing it over Zoom, you found it more confident because you can ease them and build their confidence that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with the use of cameras, being in your own personal space and at home, people feel like they've got this little bit more confidence. Whereas if you met somebody in a public space, you can just see their eyes wandering around. Is anyone looking at me? It's that kind of attention on me sort of thing. Whereas at home, they know they're safe.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's in front of them is a camera. And it's just me and they. Now, my partner works, so I am always on my own in the daytime. And this is a really good way for them to know that it's literally just us. And you're right, Sofia Management has kind of become a little bit more on hold. However, I do have people working for me that are putting them through for the auditions and things, which is allowing me to give the focus onto the BeeU. I'm doing some online vocal training and drama teaching, which is been more helpful than I actually realised. I'm not just teaching, I'm allowing children and adults to see a regular face, someone that they would have met face to face maybe once a week for training. They're still having that normality, but via camera. The support there from parents has been amazing, and I've even ended up with clients from all over. So I've got a couple from down Essex way, Grimsby, all over. So it's, again, meeting new people.
So as far as the business side to it then, how has that been running on a, because obviously you were so busy, you possibly couldn't have kept up with the work. So how has that been going, and can you see it going back to normal straight away, or can you see some concerns that you might have to adapt a bit more?
And hopefully when things go back to some normality, I'm very lucky that I have got a family that run the business with me. And with Sofia Management, even though I'm very hands-on, I've also been able to take myself out of the office and go and meet people. That's how I network, because I've got people running it. So I'm not thinking, right, I'm going to close for the day now because I'm going to go meet people. It's still keeping going. What I have done is I spend a lot of time in schools doing the workshops, and I spend a lot of time teaching like lambda drama examinations and singing. But those, even though when they go back to normal, instead of me going in the office in the daytime, what I would do is I would continue with these one-to-one meetings, because I do teach a lot of adults, and a lot of people have said, is there any chance that we can still continue all this when things go back to normal? We don't want things to just drop off. And I'd be more than happy. It's going to take some planning, David. I'm going to have to sort a few things out with my diary.
Yeah.
But I'm more than happy to do that. If it's helping people, the difference we've made so far this March, April, May has just been mad.
People think it's becoming the new normal now, isn't it? And like you said, people don't like change, and unfortunately, everyone's had to change their way of life. And so, are you finding then that things that you knew work but didn't have in place, are you finding that really caught on, and you're going to carry that on in the future?
I've always done face-to-face online teaching. I've always face-to-face teaching, and I've always done face-to-face meetings. I've never done it online. I have had meetings online, because people don't have the time to travel the same as they used to. But we have been busier because we're online, which I think I will stick to. I've got a few of my students that are going to university in September, all being well, and they still want to carry on doing their lambda examinations or teaching. So that'll be something that they can still continue, but via this. I don't want to call this, I know we've all had to change things like straight away. It's crazy, really. And really, it's probably affected everyone's mental health in some way.
Yeah.
Maybe not some a lot worse than others. I've been very, very positive through this, but I felt that I've had to be positive because I'm trying to also give it an example to people. But there's some days where you wake up and you think, oh, good grief, things aren't quite, I've had to move my wedding. Yeah, I was meant to be getting married in 5 weeks. That's now not happening. My honeymoon's changed. My partner was next weekend. My partner was meant to be going to Ibiza on a stag do, and it's just like, wow, this is now not happening. So we've had to change it to next year. I don't want this to be the new normal. I don't like the fact that when I queue up to go to Asda and Tesco, everyone's wearing masks and gloves. It's a little bit daunting.
Yeah.
However, there's things that I would keep the same, and I think it has brought a lot of people close together.
That's it. And how have you been? Because obviously, as you said, you're doing the online stuff with your students and clients and stuff. That's helped them, and they don't want that to change. How have you been? I suppose that has helped you a lot as well, because it's given you a purpose to get out of bed and do stuff.
I couldn't agree more. I said to my partner last night, the days are flying, literally flying. But that's because I get up on a Monday morning and I work with people until about 6 o'clock at night. Yeah. And I do the same every single day. And it's different people. It's not the same people. I don't wake up and think, oh, here we go. every person that comes online to me is really important to me, and they bring something different. I think my youngest at the moment is 6. My oldest is nearly 70. I have a guy that's nearly 60, and they bring so much. And next minute it's like, wow, it's tea time, it's ready for bed. And then I'm up again, and then another week's gone by. So that must be doing something good for my mental health. And that's why I'm trying to encourage young people who are missing their friends to have that bit of time like this.
Yeah.
Even if it's like once every 3 days, speak to a different person and go, so what have you been up to? Where have you been walking? Because just having that face-to-face contact with somebody, it feels less lonely.
And that's it, and this is what's been great, especially for me and my mental health with doing time. It is meeting new people that I've never spoken to. I've known of them, like yourself. We occasionally say hi and we stuff, but it's given us time, I think, that we all didn't have, was just to stop and connect with people that we haven't had before.
Do you not? Well, I found, which you might as well, I've met some incredible people while this has been going on. Some very kind people as well, who, I mean, I've had a couple of bad days where I've literally sat here all day and listened and had meetings with people that are struggling, and they've probably sat and cried to me for hours.
Yeah.
And the stories are heartbreaking, which for me then is quite painful.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to listen to, but you do it because this is what you want to do. You want to make a difference, and even just sending them a message saying, I know it's a couple of days ago since we've chatted, but I just wanted to see if you were all right. And then I get a great message back saying, feeling loads more positive. If they're having a down day, they'll then get in touch. But I found some incredible people that will go out of their way to help others. We have a WhatsApp group on our estate where we live, which if anyone needs anything, you message, does anyone have any baked beans, for example? I'll bring you some baked beans. Next minute, there's a pot of baked beans outside your front door. And it's just little things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible. And it seems so small. But if you had some baked beans put at your front door, it makes you smile, because this is what it's come to. I don't want to go and queue for 2 hours for some baked beans. Does anyone have any that I could borrow? And then you do something back, vice versa. Paracetamol right at the start.
Oh.
Hand sanitizer right at the start.
It was crazy. But have you been able to reflect on your business, where it was and where you got it to? And have you been able to plan for the future, to put things in place that you didn't have time to really do, but now you have? And have you been able to do any of that?
So with Spotlight, everybody has an account which has got all previous work on, their height, their eye colour, everything. And everything changes. Obviously not me, but when you're younger, your skin colour may change, you might get more olive skin, hair colour changes, you have it cut. And it's so important when a casting director is casting that they know exactly what you look like. So I've had that time to contact, I'm still doing it now, each individual person, I've still got a few to go, and say, right, okay, so this particular part of the profile, it doesn't show you in your best light. Let's see what we can do to make it better. How can we make your profile sell you better as an artist?
Yeah.
And you get parents going, well, thank you so much. I've got the time to do that. And I want to make sure that when we reopen properly, when things go back to a bit more of normality, that we're ready to go. Not like, okay, so let's do this now. Well, hold on, we could have done that all the through. Some of us, some of the younger ones, obviously with the changing all the time, we need new headshots. We're booking in new headshots. I'm prepping a new workshop to go back with, a new mental health workshop. I've been taking exams. I've taken my new mental health awareness exam, which I took about 2 weeks ago. I'm now on meditation. I'm learning to do meditation for children and for adults. So I'm using this time to really push myself the best that I can. For my clients, I put something together. I put a talent competition together, and I've said if everybody wants to send me a video, but it can include everybody, anyone can enter, and it gets sent to the Emmerdale director, and he's going to judge it. It's for a bit of fun. It's also to be seen by somebody in the business, and it gives them something to work towards. And then my other clients who are on Spotlight, they've all been asked to put something together as a monologue for me to send to another casting director. So again, they're being seen all the time. We're not sitting down thinking, right, well, we've got a few weeks off now, let's have a party. It's like, what can we put into place to make us better?
And that's the best thing, I think, that can come out of all this, isn't it? That we can grow and put things in place that we didn't have time to. So,
absolutely.
How can people get involved if they want to be an actor, singer, dancer? How can they get involved in the agency? And obviously with the BeeU as well, that's very important, and people need to be educated and they need that support as well. How can they find you and get involved?
So Sofia Management is on Facebook, and we are Sofia Management, and it's spelled Sofia Management. We're also on Instagram at Sofia Management 1. We also have an email address, which is enquiries@sofiaspencerofficial.com. That's our business email where people can get in touch. All we do ask is, please don't email saying we want to be an actor. That's sometimes I just get an email saying I want to be an actor. I know nothing about you. I don't know where you're from. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you've got any experience. We are trying to get into the background. So we have been mostly lead roles and big productions, whereas we're trying to get some background work now as well, which then opens it up to people who may be retired, who don't work, who just want to bring a little bit of extra income. So that's for the Sofia Management. Now, BeeU, again, we are on Facebook. It's capital B, small e, capital U, all one word, BeeU. We are on Instagram at BeeU16, because that's when we kind of came about. We have got a website, which is www.sofiaspencerofficial.com. That is our website, which also has BeeU's details on. Our BeeU website isn't quite finished yet. That is something else that we're having done over this period of time. So
that's very exciting, and I think what you're doing with the BeeU at the current time is amazing. And as well as the agency, you're giving extra classes that ordinarily you would have done face to face, and it's really worked online. And I just wanted to thank you for giving your time up to doing this, because I know you, by the sounds of it, you're very limited on your time.
But thank you for your time as well, because this is good for both, I think.
No,
so thank you.
I appreciate it. And what we'll do is we'll put all your details, or the BeeU and the agency, all on the video and on our YouTube, and so people can follow you and get involved.
Thank you, David. Lovely to meet you. Take care.
Bye.